Hi, everyone. I want to give a little context as to how we designed the UC App Bootcamp and how it's going to work. My co-instructor and I have been helping students with the UC application for over 2 decades, each of us, and we use that knowledge of the system to design a comprehensive approach to training students about the application and the components that they're going to need. So the first thing to understand is that we are very intentionally running it as an intensive during the summer. Why? We are doing that because our goal is to help students free up time later when they're going to need it for other applications. So of all of the applications, it makes sense to begin with the UC application for a couple of reasons. One is we know all of the components now that are going to be required. So we don't have to wait until the August 1st date when the application actually opens to know what students are going to need to complete. We know that now. This is very different than Common App schools, right? So they have supplemental essays, and we're only going to be able to confirm, if those essays are the same as last year's on August 1st when the Common App opens. So we can start the UC application now. And the second reason is that students often find that when they begin with the UC personal insight questions, they can leverage them for other pieces of writing for other schools because the questions cover 4 distinct topics. And we're going to cover the importance of choosing the right topics. That's going to be a big part of what we talk about. So students can often repurpose or adjust them for other required pieces of writing that are going to be used on other applications. To write and shape the UC personal insight questions is often more work than you would think. It's a little bit surprising sometimes how long it takes, considering the length, but they are actually very important and longer really than you would think in terms of what needs to be included. So that's why we're giving students the opportunity to turn in 3 drafts of each of their 4 UC personal insight questions for revisions, because we really wanted to give them an opportunity to develop their writing with rounds of instructor feedback. But we aren't only tackling the writing, we're also going to be talking about all components of the application, and we'll be giving students a tour of the UC application when it goes live in our 3rd week. So our goal is that students would, before any of their peers, get their applications filled out and done. We're also very intentionally building in counseling work hours into our sessions so that students can, in the room, get the work done while having the opportunity to ask any of their questions to the instructor team. So basically, they can have feedback in the moment, in the room with the instructors. And, we can answer questions from anything about what topics to choose to how to approach the academic history section to how to, work on the activities and awards and how to present those. So really, at the end of the day, the goal is to get as much of this done as possible, as early as possible. Students can, of course, polish and refine everything moving forward. This is very common. Sometimes topics will change. Sometimes there's more to add at the end of the day to a personal insight question. That's very, very common. But they're going to have the vast majority, the most of the work out of the way. So then they can turn their attention to other applications.